look, we were talking about AGI. We're talking about the doom and gloom. But there's benefits too. I don't, people aren't creating AGI to destroy all of us. I hope, but certainly there's a lot of benefits. So let's get into that. How does AGI help society?
I'm so happy that we're covering this because I don't want it to be about doom and gloom, right?
Mhm.
Of course, there's risks, and of course, this needs global participation. But the positive parts of AGI are going to have us live in a potential world that none of us can even comprehend today. Things like medical advancements on cancer and drug discovery is absolutely phenomenal. The idea that you could potentially have medical advice and help at the fraction of the cost that it is today. Like, I mean, I love America so much, but as an Australian living here, the medical system has been such a nightmare here. And so just the thought that AGI could potentially help in the United States or in countries that don't have access to anything that we take for granted today, right? Like just getting a medical checkup, which is really, really exciting. Another area we see is the education system. I mean, reimagining the entire education system where AGI could potentially help personalize education for you, not just around what a child or an adult returning to school needs, but things like feedback, styles, interests, like the whole industry is going to change overnight. Obviously, autonomous driving vehicles, climate change, right? All of these are going to have significant impacts because of the vast amounts of data and information that AI can process at scale and see those patterns and be able to make suggestions is just going to change the space in its entirety. Financially, like, I mean, seeing the impact just on the financial services industry. I mean, previously, those that were eligible to even invest or to get financial advice had to be the wealthy. But today, with AGI coming out and even the power of AI, that's going to be available to the everyday person. So I think things like that you don't think of, you think of the doom and the gloom. I mean, there's so much more scientific research, advancements in space. I mean, manufacturing, there is just so much to unpack. And depending which way you want to take this, Bobby, we can maybe dive into one or two use cases. But there is just so much positivity and so much excitement about what AGI could do for the human race and the planet. I'm super excited about it.
Well, okay, this is good. Very different from the last segment, but we want to see the pros and the cons. But I want to make
Yeah.
it a little more basic because this sounds very exciting, and I believe you, and I can see all of the extrapolations. But how exactly does it do that? Is it because AGI like is essentially this? It's almost like an unprecedented brain, right? That's never existed, where I guess we're taking all of the data from humanity and now we've got this tool, and that tool, it sounds like, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but it almost like fills the gaps in our knowledge where we go, oh, by the way, you could fix your education system by doing this. You could fix the financial system by doing this. Is it something like that?
Yes, yes. To put it
Mhm.
simply, yes. AI today, if you think about it, does really well at tasks. So if you were to say solve algebra equation this, it's going to solve that task. Summarize this article, that's great, but those models have all been trained on specific data. AGI is a system that is looking at, let's say, all the data in the world and being able to solve problems for things that we have today that none of us could even imagine. And it can do it autonomously. There's no direction, there's no training model behind it. It's simply saying, I see these gaps. Here is a potential solution. It's just whether or not we allow it to fix that solution and allow it to be autonomously released. That's a whole different conversation. But yes, in general, it's like a superhuman that has the ability to potentially problem solve at a level that we can't comprehend today.
Oh my God, Tiarne. Every time you come on, I'm so excited because I learn so much from you. And it's like I remember it like for months. Like I appreciate you. We've got Tiarne Hawkins for one more segment here on open source.